Well, howdy there, folks. Welcome to part 3, I guess this is now, of the guitar case construction here I've been undertaking over the past few days. Now, we're nearing the end here. I'm getting ready to put this last piece of cloth in, and then we're going to have a little more work as far as mounting the lid for the storage compartment. So I'm just using high glue still with a squeegee. I'll put some on, spread that out thin. I'm not going to glue the walls up yet. I'll get all the floor laid in first, and then I'll start going around and doing the walls of the case here, because I want to hem them over, because it's just a rough cut, basically like we did for the cover here. All right, let's get some glue going. Okay, I'm going to start with something like that right there. And just going to spread that out thin. Same process that we did on the cover, so this seems to work really well. And you can stop whenever you want, unlike using contact cement. I just want a thin coat. That way it, it doesn't stick all at once. Okay, we got it spread out pretty good here, and I'm going to put some on this styrofoam piece that catches the headstock. I've already glued the underside of it to the bottom of the case here, so just get some on the top so we can get the cloth to stick to it nice. Try to get a little bit on the sides if I can, and not move it around if I can. All right, let's get the cloth going. Okay, so we're only going to this spot right here. I'll do this little section afterwards. So what we're going to do is make sure I don't have any styrofoam dingleberries on the bottom of the cloth. Looks okay. Now we'll just stretch that out. Try to keep it somewhat even here. Get everything lined up. Okay. Now, just going to make sure everything is kind of lined up here and pushed in where it needs to be. That all looks pretty good. Okay. There's one little piece of styrofoam or something under there. I probably could have vacuumed it out or done a little better with that, but I think it'll be okay. And this is a little tricky going around this little piece of foam for the headstock. I kind of concentrate on that for a minute. Okay. And remember, we didn't put any glue on the sidewalls here. I'm just trying to get the bottom section on the floor of the case in first. Get that all wrinkle free. And then we'll move on to the sidewalls. Now again, to me, that's the benefit of using, some sort of contact cement. Now, I did find some other stuff I had. It comes in a tube, it's clear, and I could have used that too. Main thing is you want to spread it out thin. And spray adhesives are probably the fastest way to do it, but you got to be on your toes and you got to have everything all ready to go, because if you don't, as soon as that cloth hits that contact cement, it's over. You can't really move that. You might have, a minute or so, and that's about it. Okay, well, that's looking pretty decent. I'm just going to get up around here a little bit more. Okay, I like it. All right, I'm going to work on this side first. Just spreading some glue out here. Same thing, nice thin coat. Again, this is why I like doing it the slow way, if you will. Just gives me time to stop and take a break. I'm not really good at this stuff, so the slower the better for me. Okay, we're just going to get a little more hide glue on here. We get one more spot to hit, and then we'll put that, attach that cloth. Okay, that's a healthy amount of glue. Alright, so what we want to do is, I'm going to bring this up in the corners here. I'll take a stick and push that into the corner, actually. Something like that. Get me going now. I just want to bend this cloth over and make a slight hem, just so it looks more finished. Let's see. Probably something like that right there. So I'm just going to stick that in there and give me a place to start right here. And we'll just come across, do the same thing. Just making a little hem here, just so it doesn't look so ragged. The corners are a little tricky. You gotta mess around with them a little bit, but they're not too bad. Okay, same thing here. Just gonna bend that over like that. Sometimes I'll leave the corners like that one. I'll do that one on its own. I'll put a little glue in there and clamp that up so it will get a good bond. Sometimes it's easier to do those last. That way you can take your time. Okay. Just taking that piece of wood and pushing that right in tight to the corner. That's pretty darn good, I guess. Good enough. Good enough, so we're going to put a clamp on it with a piece of wood just to hold it in place. Well, I'm going to need a bigger clamp, I guess. I apologize for having you guys out of the frame. That's what's tough about doing this kind of stuff and trying to take good video coverage of it all alone. It's hard to work and look in the camera at the same time. You know what I mean. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Okay. So now we'll just work our way around here, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this little storage compartment. If I'm gonna just put shellac on this lid and probably carpet in the bottom or some of that material. And I got a hinge here, piano hinge. I'd like to hook that on maybe. We'll get to that though. But that's probably going to be one of the next projects before we're done. I did get some latches for this, but I haven't got them yet. They're coming in the mail. And that'll be the last thing, obviously, but getting pretty close. And I'm really happy with the result, honestly. Here's something. One guy left a message in the comment section, said this is the first guitar case he ever saw that was facing right. So usually the body would be here and the neck would be there. So I was like, wow, somebody caught that. I did notice it. I was halfway through it. And I was like, it really don't matter. Honestly, I kind of like it like this. You're looking at the guitar like it's a pic in a photo or something versus the opposite, right? Doesn't really matter to me. You could always spin the lid around if you wanted to, and there you go. Anyway, I'm going to finish gluing the rest of this up here now, and then we'll focus on the glove compartment there. Okie doke, folks. Well, I guess that's the end of this one. We got her pretty much done. I got to wait for the latches to come in. I'll put them on, and I've got some corners that go on the bottom and the top of the lid there, but this is the first attempt I've ever made at making a guitar case. It fits quite well. I did make a recessed, not a recess, but I glued this pad to the back of the wood here, and we've got a raised panel, I guess that's what you'd call it. And we also made the glove box as planned. Got this nice little pouch here. You can put your whatever's in. And you could still fit, some stomp boxes in there, if you will. And it come out pretty decent, I guess. There are a few things I'd do different. If I was going to take this out for travel, obviously we would brace the top up a little bit, put some cross members in here, and on the bottom side of the case too. But this is kind of a closet queen. This will basically just get used, for home use and studio use. So it is a good little protection for it. So all in all, it was a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you. But I did learn a couple cool little techniques that I would do different on the next one. Well, in any case, this case is closed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okie doke.